Right, I'm back. Let's talk about peacocks. I'll explain what I'm referring to when I get into this video. Alright, so what's up everybody? Blood Moon Bobby here. I had to take a little break again. This past month has been kind of rough on me, and as of last week, the reason why I couldn't make as many videos as I would have liked is because unfortunately I caught a cold and I didn't really want to come on camera sounding really sick, so I took time away, just been in just taking time recovering. I know I still sound a little bit on the sick side. Hopefully I don't sound all that bad. I'll know in editing if I sound as horrible as I fear, I guess. But I'm back. I definitely feel a lot better than I was over the past couple of days. I know earlier this week it was so bad that my teeth were kind of aching, and I just felt sore all over and felt just very lethargic. But today I'm feeling so much better. So let's talk about Peacock, which, in case you don't know, no, when I say Peacock, I'm not referring to the animal, I'm talking about NBCUniversal's streaming service. So, yeah, I mean, I know the name Peacock, it refers to how, if you ever look at NBC's logo, it looks like a peacock, and that's why they're calling the service that. Was just, I don't know, when I think peacock, I just think of the animal, but okay, that's what NBC is calling their service. And it's basically, if you know NBC Universal, it's pretty much what you expect. It's going to have both, kind of like other upcoming streaming services like Disney Plus and HBO Max. It's going to have both content coming from their past as well as original content made for the service. What can we expect coming to the service? Well, you can expect a lot of NBC shows, like a lot to go off of here, so I'm going to be looking at my iPad quite a bit in this video. But you can expect shows like Parks and Recreation, The Office, 30 Rock, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and Cheers. There's going to be a Saved by the Bell reboot, and a continuation of the 2004 Battlestar Galactica series. And this might also trigger some fans. They're also considering doing a reboot of The Office, which, yeah, why do I have this bad feeling in my gut? Some people are not gonna want to hear even just the news that, you know, NBC Universal's considering it. I think is gonna send some Office fans off the wall, and not in a good way. Other things coming is the original drama Dr. Death, as well as original comedic material coming from people like Jimmy Fallon, Seth Meyers, and Jada Pinkett Smith. Universal, Focus Features, and DreamWorks Animation will create original movies for Peacock, and the press release did say that we can expect blockbusters and critically acclaimed movies from Universal, Focus Features, DreamWorks Animation, and Illumination Entertainment, which, yeah, let me know your thoughts on Minions down below. Oh, and the press release itself did specifically mention movies like Back to the Future, E.T., Casino, Jaws, Shrek, movies from the Despicable Me franchise, and the Fast and Furious franchise. The service will also have news and sports content, as well as content from Telemundo. And if you want to see all of what NBC Universal has announced, you can go check out the press release down below in the description of this video. So, yeah, it's pretty much what you expect. I mean, we knew for a while that we suspected for a while that NBC Universal was going to launch their own streaming service. I definitely saw that a lot of news sites were expecting NBC Universal to launch their service because, hey, if Disney and Warner are coming out with their own services, then why can't NBC Universal join in on the fun? And as for Peacock in particular, I am gonna at least try out, I am going to at least try out the big three upcoming streaming services at least once. I'm mainly talking about Disney Plus, HBO Max, and Peacock. Yes, I'm still gonna give All Access a chance if that's still coming out. But the thing about Peacock for me is that it's really, really subjective when it comes to Peacock. Like, I know a lot of people are going to be hearing this news. Like, I know I have friends and acquaintances that are big fans of shows like The Office and Parks and Rec, and they're going to look at this news and say, "Oh my God, this sounds really amazing." I mean, I don't know if they're going to like cancel their like Netflix and Hulu subscriptions, but it is a very tempting proposition. It's like, oh, it's going to have The Office and Parks and Rec. I mean, that sounds pretty awesome. Don't know about the Office reboot though. But, and for me, I think the selling point, at least for me personally, would actually be the Universal and DreamWorks animation movies. God, when I think of Universal, I also think they also house a lot of Steven Spielberg movies. Like, I know that E.T. and Jaws were specifically mentioned in the press release. It would also be really cool if they added Jurassic Park. And also, they mentioned Casino, which is, Martin Scorsese's gangster or drama. It would be really nice to see. The press release didn't mention Scorsese's other Universal movies, like Last Temptation of Christ and his Cape Fear remake, but it would be really nice if those two movies came to the service. Funny enough, I reviewed Cape Fear, the remake, a while back. I actually really like the movie. It's actually a pretty terrifying movie, and I reviewed that, and my evil twin was there. If you want to go check out that review, I'll have a link below in the description. So it does sound pretty promising. For me, it's more so from like a movie perspective, because there is quite a few Universal movies that I hope will come to the service. I mean, Universal, they're home to a ton of critically acclaimed movies, even outside of the ones that is mentioned outside of this press release. Like, it would also be really nice if we get to see movies like American in Graffiti, or if we see like the Universal monster movies come to the service at some point. There's definitely a lot of possibilities there, and I hope that NBC Universal does add such content to the service, at least down the line, if it's not going to be there on the first day. And of course, the DreamWorks movies, which I know have a lot of my followers would that would probably be their biggest selling point, is that, hey, since DreamWorks Animation is in Universal's camp now, this could potentially mean that Peacock could house some movies like the Shrek movies, the Kung Fu Panda movies, and the Madagascar movies, and How to Train Your Dragon movies, which would be really nice. I've seen a good chunk of the DreamWorks Animation movies, but I haven't actually managed to see movies like Kung Fu Panda 3 or How to Train Your Dragons 2 and 3, so I would really like to see those movies come to the service. I guess for me, it's kind of admittedly the least tempting of three of the big streaming services that are coming out. With Disney Plus, for instance, they've got, a lot of not just content coming from Disney, but also content coming from the companies that Disney owns, companies like Pixar or Marvel, Lucasfilm, and even certain Fox content is set to come over to Disney Plus. And then HBO Max, they're basically promising content from many of Warner's brands, companies like Warner Brothers, Cartoon Network, and Adult Swim. And here we have Peacock, they're promising mainly from NBC Universal's movie and television divisions. So for me, the most tempting kind of stuff to come out of Peacock, I think, would be mostly the movies, I would think, because there are some really good movies coming out of Universal and DreamWorks Animation, and even more that I would like to see, and I think it would be really cool if it came to Peacock. It does go into one of my concerns, though. What happens if Peacock is successful? Does this mean that potentially NBC Universal could remove a lot of their movies and TV shows away from other digital distribution services like iTunes and Google Play? Does kind of have me a little bit concerned. If a few years from now, if Peacock is successful, could it be possible that they're going to move all that content over to Peacock and make it Peacock exclusive? How many times have I said the word Peacock in this video? And they're like, oh, you want to watch, Universal or DreamWorks Animation movies? You gotta subscribe to yet another streaming service. And that admittedly has me kind of concerned. And for me personally, the reason why I said that I would check out these services is mainly because, well, one, to try out the services for myself and see, if if I think they're good, but also just to get a glimpse of what could possibly happen in the future. It's not that, I really want like a super kind of future to happen where or like all the movie studios have their own streaming services and that sort of thing. I'm just wondering if we were to go down that path, what would it end up being like? And even if it doesn't, I still want to check out, these streaming services and see what they're like. And also, I would give some of the original content coming to Peacock a chance. Like, I'm looking at the list, and they mentioned, they're saying they're going to have original stuff coming from people like Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. And also, it would be really interesting to see what for me, what will Universal and DreamWorks Animation be cooking up exclusively for Peacock? Because it does sound like they are going to put things like original movies and TV shows. At least that's what I think that Peacock is going to do. Although, does this mean that we're going to get Minions on Peacock, like exclusive Minions content? Yeah, it makes me kind of nervous. So I'll personally give Peacock a chance. For me, the selling point is more so this idea that it's going to house some Universal and DreamWorks movies, at least according to the press release. And I think it would be really nice if they added even more content down the line to Peacock. And I'll also give their original content a chance too, especially things like the original content coming from Jimmy Fallon and Seth Meyers. And I may even give, even though I've watched bits and pieces of Saved by the Bell, because when I was in high school, I actually had teachers that were really big into Saved by the Bell. So I'm just like, I'll give the reboot a shot. Maybe like just to watch it out of curiosity, just to see, oh, hey, what is Peacock going to offer? And hopefully the service will offer some really good Universal and DreamWorks Animation movies, maybe even TV shows, because I really do think that if they are going to try putting some TV shows on Peacock from those studios, and I'm very curious to see what they're going to do. So, yeah, I mean, it's basically what I've been saying with HBO Max and Disney Plus, where I'm basically like, I'll give these services a shot. The content does sound promising. And if anything, I want to give these services a shot mainly because I don't just want to judge it from a press release perspective. I also want to try out these services and see what they're like. So very interested to see where they go. Peacock is set to launch in April 2020, and official pricing is expected to be announced closer to when the service is launching. But let me know your thoughts down below on Peacock. Would you be interested in trying it out? Does the content and promise for the service sound interesting to you? Leave all those thoughts down below. Until next time, this has been Blood Moon Bobby, and thank you all for watching. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed this Blood Moon Bobby video. Like and share the video if you enjoyed it, and feel free to leave a comment. Subscribe to my channel, and ring the bell to get notified when I release my latest videos. Follow me at Blood Moon Bobby on your favorite social media platforms to take part in polls, see my tech tips, and to hear about my video plans. Thanks for watching.